I can't stress this enough. Do us a massive favor. Jump over to YouTube. It's in our links. Please give us a like. Please give us a subscribe. Please hit the like and subscribe on the bottom.
Yeah, like I just...
People that you don't know.
Yeah, heaps. So you just
it makes you want to get into it. I had somebody message me, it would have been yesterday or the day before, a local Geelong business owner, and she was like, hey, I just want you to know that like I'm loving the pod at the moment.
Yeah.
Great to get more episodes out of you when they come up.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I was just like, well, since you love it so much, how about being on it?
Yeah, great. Yeah,
and she's like, I did not message you for this. And I'm like, well, you've been roped in now.
I need more content. So, yeah, I think you don't really realise.
It's good that you two, it's like you've got two regular people that do it though.
Yeah.
You don't have to book someone in all the time.
No, we just have like a regular, because like our media guy's here every second Monday.
Okay.
All day.
Yeah.
So he does like a 8-hour day every second Monday, and then works from home. So he's like a capture day.
Yeah.
And then he'll usually capture everything and edit stuff and deliver on the day, and then deliver the next Monday kind of thing.
Right. It's pretty quick turnaround.
Yes, he does. We get deliverables on the day, and then the next week we get the podcast.
How do you prepare? Like, what do you do for content to prepare? Does the
Jazz does the gym stuff?
Yeah.
She schedules the gym stuff. For my stuff, we go downstairs, I grab a mic, and we do shit.
Yeah.
I don't prepare for anything.
Yeah, okay.
And the same with the podcast, we'll come in, we'll grab a coffee, we'll dot some points around what's happening around the strongman and stuff around the world.
Yeah, okay.
And then we sit down and talk.
Yeah.
That's really like unscripted, just shit talking.
Yeah.
Same with like the content, like I'll write notes and stuff like that in my phone as I'm dealing with clients, but then I'll just kind of, cool, let's go downstairs. I want to talk about this. Shoot.
It's interesting. You're not putting, like, not in the bad way, but you're not putting too much thought into it where it's not...
No.
Putting pressure on yourself. That's what I sort of find myself doing, is that at times I try and overthink about it, and then I just get some things on there.
Super organic. Because, I mean, I'm doing it... I do this all day, because, like, my main job is sitting in front of that computer and just doing, like, check-ins, like doing feedbacks for clients. So I'm doing
you're speaking to people all the time about it anyway.
I'm speaking about, like, what to do, what to fix. It's like I can go, I've seen a heap of this week.
Yeah.
Got these competitions of this, have got, like, heaps of this stuff's going wrong.
Yeah.
Talk about that stuff.
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
Cool.
We're good to go.
Everything's rolling. We're good to go.
Cool. Fucking hell. Again, I hate starting anything every time.
See, if this was ours, you would just leave this in here. Like, you just leave
I
it.
probably will.
Charm, like, it's good. Like you want to... I think it's good. I think it's all
I
good
think breaking the silence is always a hard thing, though, like whenever we start. Welcome back to the podcast. If you are just joining us, it's been a little bit. We've stacked a couple up now, so we're very thrilled to have you again. Our guest today is a big man that helps other big people. I like to see him as a big friendly teddy bear, and I know that he can be super kind, but he can also be looking very intimidating. He's got a lot of tattoos and a lot of muscles.
Mostly looking. Very much not intimidating.
From World Strongman comps to recent time first home owner, Tyson, let's see what you're like when the dumbbells are completely dropped. So
It's a good intro. Yeah, I like it. Nice job.
So with our warm-up, if the gym had a theme song, what would it be?
If the gym had a theme song... honestly, the gym's such a weird thing where the theme song that you would have for a gym in the AM crew would be completely different to the PM crew.
Okay, give us two then.
You know, so Kickstart My Heart in the morning.
Or Motley
like,
Crue.
Morning crew is kind of like, a bit of like big hair.
Where's the caffeine?
Well, they like, the
pre-workout's pumping.
100%. And then nighttime, I feel like we've got this, like we've got Doomslayer, like Slaughter to Prevail, like heavy.
It's
crew.
pretty heavy out there at the moment.
It's not heavy out there at the moment, I promise you, yeah. Or then you got the great crew. So it's just kind of like, so like the new school, like the younger kids coming through will put on sort of like rap stuff, like new age rap stuff.
Yeah.
Where a lot of like the heavy guys, strongman guys, powerlifting guys, you got the two crews, right? Then you've got like the heavy metal crew and you've got the rap crew. So
who wins out most of the time?
Honestly, the rap crew at the moment, I reckon. Yeah, but
The heavy metal guys are happy as long as there's a heavy bass
I just
to
put
it.
headphones in. That's the other thing. I mean, if
You don't
personally,
like it just yet.
the speakers are good. Like, we've got good sound system in here, but I'm putting my headphones in every day and zoning out. Like, I'm putting them in. I'm having as loud as I can.
How important are a good set of speakers to a gym?
Oh, 100% vibe.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I never understand how you can get a gym wrong is like create a bit of a mood, play loud music, open the doors. It's a fucking gym. You know, like it's weight plates, benches. Like there's not that much to it. It's like create a bit of a vibe in there, turn the music up, get people in.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. I see it done really.
Gets pretty
wrong all the
cold
time.
in winter though with the roller door open.
It does. Yeah. Not a vibe.
Vibe killer. Last warm up question.
Yeah.
Dream workout partner. DOA.
DOA. Oh,
Dead
Dead
or
or
Alive.
Alive. God. It's like 2 years between us, and I feel like he's so young. I don't know DOA. Zach throwing acronyms at me already. I'm glad I'm warming up. Dream workout partner. Like Dorian Yates. Do you know Dorian Yates?
I don't.
He's like an OG bodybuilder who was like high intensity training. Would definitely be one. And then Bill Kazmaier back in his heyday.
Oh.
Do you know Bill Kazmaier?
I do.
Yeah, Bill Kazmaier was like
Big
OG.
in the 80s.
Yeah, like OG 80s, 90s strongman and just a wild man.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
What, if it was Bill Kazmaier, where would you be working out? What's the dream location?
I always, actually, if I was going to train anywhere, it would be like
my
Metroflex
fucking gym.
Yeah, my gym that I built. I fucking love it. Metroflex Gym, Texas.
Cool.
Do you know this?
I don't know that one.
Yeah, so it's like the OG bodybuilding, like hardcore bodybuilding.
Cool.
Chains, graffiti.
Yeah, right.
It's like when you think about hole in the wall gym, that's it.
Okay.
You know, and it was Ronnie Coleman and like Flex. Like there's all these like old school.
So less
like,
body
training.
sculpting, more like strongman sort of gym?
No,
or?
it has strongman stuff and powerlifting in it, but it was actually more so bodybuilding.
Okay.
Definitely more so bodybuilding. But to be honest, like when I think about like gyms that I want to train at, it's all from back when I loved bodybuilding and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like that was like that's the roots.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the that's where it all came from, I guess.
So the people that don't know, difference between strongman and powerlifting.
All right. Powerlifting, super basic, 3 lifts, squat, bench, deadlift, stuff that you do, most people do in the
Your
gym
compounds.
anyway. Compounds, right? Everything that you base it off. Powerlifting is squat, bench, deadlift. You have 3 attempts of each to create a score, which they call a total. So you'll do 3 attempts on a squat. Your best successful attempt will count towards your total. Mm-hmm. You create a total from your squat, bench, and deadlift. You'll beat other people in your weight class. That's it. It's same variables every single time. Strongman, different variables all the time. Anything goes, always changes. Modalities completely change as well. So you'll have some standards. So you'll usually have some sort of deadlift, some sort of overhead press, some sort of moving, some sort of heavy carry or grip event. You'll have stones or a loading event. Mm-hmm. Usually, typically, a competition might be 4 events. It might be 10 events. Mm-hmm. It might be a max deadlift. It might be max repetitions in 60 seconds. It might be 5 different deadlift bars and you've got to race through them. So it's incredibly variable.
What drew you to strongman?
The fact that it's incredibly variable.
It's not the same. It's something different all the time.
So different. Yeah, so every competition changes. You'll never really have a competition that's the same. So the events change every single time. The way that strongman works in powerlifting, you're creating a total. The way that strongman works is it's a direct competition. So if you have 20 competitors and there's 5 events, if you win event 1, let's say it's a log press for reps, if you win that event and there's 20 guys, you get 20 points. If you come last in that event, you get 1 point.
Okay.
So in the event, there's a total of 100 points that you can get, right, to be able to rack up. The person at the end of the game who has the most points is the winner, right? So super simple, and you're directly competing against the other guys. If you have a weakness, you might get 2 points on that event, and if someone gets 18 points on every single event and comes third in every event, they win.
Yeah.
They didn't drop the ball in one of the events. So you have to be really well-rounded.
Yeah. You don't have to be the best, but you have to be
best at
completely
anything.
balanced.
100%. I mean, hunks if you're the best at everything.
Yeah.
I mean, 100 points is
How often is that, though?
not often.
Yeah.
because you like generally like someone's gonna have a hole, and you'll get someone who's got a freak grip who's in that competition who might bomb everything else but still wins that particular event. But often people will have like a hole, but the stronger you can make that hole and fill it, the better you're going to be in terms
just
of
working on your
winning
weaknesses.
Points, right? Like, so winning points is the goal. But yeah, I think strongman in terms of like a sport, you got to run, you got to load, you got to move, you got to hustle under heavy loads, remove and transition between. Events might go for up to 90 seconds, 2 minutes. So there's
a bit of endurance work to it.
There's a lot more fitness components to it as well.
Is it one of those competitions where you find that the older athletes are the better ones because they've taken more time to fill those holes?
Yeah, so it's a combination, I'm finding, as I get older. Like,
why aren't I getting better?
Because I'm breaking. That's the hard thing. It's like when it's heavy, it's hard, right? Like, so as you're getting older, your body like probably gets a bit of wear and tear and stuff. You've been doing it for a long time, right? But it also takes a long time. There's so many events and there's so many different style events to master. In an overhead, it's not just bench press. You might do bench press, but you could do log press, monster dumbbell, axle press. You could do barbell press. You could do an amalgamation of all 5 of those. You could do block press. You could press a fucking sandbag. Am I allowed to swear on here?
Fuck yes. Hell yeah, brother.
So, I mean, there's so many. To be able to get good at all of those as they come up takes time, right? So there's an element of time that's important to have that time to accrue skill, but also like it's heavy. So as you get older, probably like, you get that wear and tear. It starts to get a little bit harder. So I think there's both, but also takes time to get strong.
The joints get sore. Yeah. How are the joints?
Fading.
That's why you're.
I really noticed it once I hit 30, to be honest. So I mean, younger guys, if they get good quick and like there's a level of the sport which is like dumb strong, right? Like it's a sport where if you've got to carry a sandbag till you black out for 60 seconds, like you got to do that. And like when you're young and like aggressive and
you don't know any better.
Yeah, you go for it. You know, as you get older, it's like
I could pass out and hit my head somewhere. That's bad.
It changes, Yeah, definitely.
I compare it to like going to the snow at the moment. Like I went skiing on the weekend. And we stayed at the lodge, and we went out with some younger crew. So there's parents, and they bring their kids along to the lodge and all that sort of stuff. And the amount of confidence, maybe it's not confidence, but the no fear of kids is ridiculous.
Because they don't know yet.
Well, they don't know.
Stacked it enough.
That's
the other thing.
Someone who's around the age of 30, you see some of these kids like drop off edges and whatnot, and you're like, wow, that's hectic. And then they just like, yeah, that's awesome. And you're like, I'm not doing that. And then you're like, hey, this 10-year-old kid's just done something.
Yeah.
Like, why am I so scared?
They just haven't had enough opportunity to learn that it hurts if you do fuck
a lot.
Like it can't go wrong. You know, I ride a motorbike, right? Like,
what kind of bike?
Pardon?
Harleys?
Yeah, I got a Harley. Before I had a kid, I had 4 bikes. I had 2 dirt bikes and 2 Harleys. I had an old 82 Shovelhead and I FXDLS, which is 1800cc. I used to surf the Shovelhead. So I used to like be able to like stand up on the tank and the seat and ride along on a road.
I'm going to have to get a picture of that.
I've got a video somewhere of me surfing the bike, right? So like surfing along and then you jump back onto the bike and stuff. There is no way. Like since I had a kid as well, like that's another thing. Like even when I'm like splitting lanes on the Harley, right?
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit of a pussy now. Like
there's too much to lose.
I'm just a little bit more tentative, and there's no way I would surf a bike.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like.
I find that I find it crazy that people ride bikes in Australia to know from a driver's point of view how little people take notice of a bike rider.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
Yeah, on the phones and stuff like that, and like people just drifting in and out of lanes. But you go to Asia where everybody is on a bike, it actually feels so much safer. But it's
you just don't think of it.
control chaos. Do you ride? Yeah, just control chaos overseas. Where here. Yeah, I tend to agree. I've nearly been hit. I've been riding long enough where I've nearly been hit a couple times, and it can happen very quick.
Have you ever fallen off?
Yeah, I have. I have stacked it. I was on an old bike and I was camping, so I had a pack on my back of my bike, and I met a mate. I was riding around like the Great Ocean Road for the weekend kind of stuff. And
Be a great ride.
having a blast. It was sick. Had the swag on the back and like my backpack, and I was just catching up with friends along there and stuff. So I spent a few days around, and I messaged one of the boys, and he's like, "Yeah, sick. I'll come out. I'll meet you in Wye River. We'll go to a camp spot that I know."
Yeah.
So I meet him. He takes me up this road. It becomes a 4-wheel drive track. So like I'm riding up just like corrugated like dirt roads and stuff, and then it turns into like a bit of a track, and I'm like, all right, whoa, here we go. It's fun. And then the next morning we're riding back, and there's this like U-bend. And it's a corrugated like gravel road, and I've never done something so athletically impressive in my life, and I'm a world class athlete or a world level athlete. But I was like riding around this corner, and I hit this corner with like corrugation on this bike, and I hit it, and the bike literally just like slid out from beneath me, and I had this car behind me, and they just said, "The bike just slid out, and you just jogged off like nothing happened." I was
So
lucky.
you didn't even
Yeah,
hit the
I
ground
didn't
properly?
stack it. Nah, I was really lucky. I didn't stack it.
That's crazy. How quick were you going?
Not quick, because it's corrugated like
Yeah,
gravel
right.
road,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So I might have been going like 30 or something like
That's
that.
still quick
So-
enough.
Quick enough where like I had to run off.
Yeah.
But, like yeah, quick enough. Quick enough where I was like, oh, the bike, like I could feel the back wheel going.
Yeah.
It's like I turn the corner and you're on corrugation. You're on a bike, right? So the bike just kind of slid out, and I could feel it, and just like very smoothly like slid out from beneath me as I just kind of like ran.
Yeah.
It was fun. Honestly, it was pretty ninja. Yeah.
Someone your size is
There
not
are
expected
people
to be
who
that
saw
nimble.
this. I'm not just talking shit too. Like I do have proof.
We'll get in.
What's their name?
Yeah.
Go to a different
Yeah. They moved different
No.
country now.
We'll get into our first blind rating
Mm.
because of two. We'll have one at the end. But blind order,
Mhm.
you know how they work?
Yeah, I've been on social media a couple of times.
Lucky.
I've seen.
Lucky.
Don't live completely under a rock.
The 5 best strongman of all time, in your opinion.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Big Z, Savikits.
Oh, number one.
Oh.
Yeah, be cool.
Brian Shaw.
4.
Pujanowski.
3. Just because he's jacked.
The Mountain, Bjornsson.
Interesting. Like 5. I'm going to fuck myself always here.
You left your favourite till last.
Yeah, far away.
Casper.
Yeah. No, I'd probably put him like, what did I put that, 2?
Yeah,
Yeah, 2. I'd probably put him 2.
that works.
Yeah, I'd probably put Big Z like... Big Z was the GOAT, right? Like, technically. And then Thor, you've got like... He's good, but he's not like... He's super strong. But he's taken hiatus. He hasn't won that many like World's Strongest Mans and Arnold's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Brian Shaw has won way more World's Strongest Man titles. Pujanowski, there was like a break-in World's Strongest Man. So there was like the ISF, like they actually broke federations for a while.
Yeah, okay.
So he's got a lot of titles, but no one was competing in the
Yeah,
top while
he was
winning. While he was dominating. So there was a little bit of like, but he was just an animal. And
He
got,
went unchallenged for a little bit,
yeah,
essentially.
and then he got banned for doing coke before events. So
Of all the things to get done for in a
strong men
power-
care about drugs as long as it's not like amphetamines, basically. Like, okay.
Is that so? I don't know too much about that. Is that pre-competition or just?
I think it was pre-comp.
Okay.
I don't 100%
so completely
know.
just to be amped up.
Yeah, I think it must have been like his pre-workout. I think he was a nutter. Like,
Pre-workout.
yeah. I don't know how he
Is it in a
functioned,
shaker?
but- Yeah, but he, I think he was a nutter. But yeah, pretty wild. So he got banned. I think he did like a 12-month ban or something like that. So interesting,
well-
interesting cat.
Yeah.
Jacked.
You start to even something like that, you ruin a reputation, don't you?
Yeah, and like definitely the best physique out of any strongman. He was a light strongman compared to like the heavy guys.
Yeah,
and
crazy.
Crushed. Have you seen him fight?
No.
He does MMA now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you seen Pujanowski before? Like
I've seen
you Google-
photos of him.
Yeah, so that guy now does MMA in Russia.
Oh, right. Okay.
Not bad. Big boy.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, correct.
So the origin story of Strong Geelong.
Yep.
Where'd the idea come to you from?
Came to us from, so when we started, I had a business partner, Jamie Bissett, and we went to school together. I was gym manager at LeisureLink, or like team leader at LeisureLink, so full time. And he had just gone for the team leader job at like Splashdown, so within like city of Greater Geelong. And he had a
What year
home-
was this?
Pardon?
What year was this?
2014,
Okay.
probably, like conception kind of deal. We opened in 2015, so 10 years ago, January 2015. So we were training at his home gym. We're having a chat, talking shit. Like, what happens if you don't get the job kind of stuff. He's like, oh, I'll just talk to you about starting a gym. At that point, we were kind of training for powerlifting, and there was nothing really in Geelong either. And we're traveling out to Ocean Grove to like do some of the sessions.
Yeah, right. It's a long way to go.
And the gym's now closed
every
as well. Yeah. Well, you'd go there once or twice a week, and then you're training at a leisure link and like a commercial gym kind of setting. So it wasn't great. And we just made a joke. I think we called it Aesthetic Palace of the Gods in our group chat. Love. Yeah, we put this dream list together.
That'd look so much better on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Maybe I'll bring one out. It was us and one of the other boys, and who was there when we were talking about it. And I think it's still in my like Facebook groups and stuff, so I should have a look.
That's unreal.
Yeah, but and then it just kind of like snowballed. So we were talking about it. It was a bit of a joke, and then we sort of were able to come up with like, okay, how much would we put a list together? We're like, that's wild amounts of money, but like, could we do this? Found a place, like, this place looks really cool. Suddenly we were getting a lease. Suddenly we had sort of got the money. I begged, borrowed, and stole everything. So I was labouring. I was working hospital on the weekends. I sold a bike, like motorbike and stuff like that, like just all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And then it just materialized, I guess, like over that little period. It sort of just became from a joke to a reality. And I was 22 when we opened it in January 2015.
Crazy.
Yeah. Probably more balls and brains back then too. Like, you don't know what you're really doing opening a business.
But you'd been in the industry for
long
long
I was
enough.
like a team leader, and I guess I just kind of looked at the team leader or what I was doing, and kind of went, well, what's the progression here, right? So I'm working for the council. This is great. But this is like my income ceiling. This is my boss's job. I've done this secondment now. It's not that much more challenging.
Yeah.
Like, what does this look like if I'm staying within this
long term?
Yeah, and you think like jumping on a full-time wage at like 50 something, 60 grand a year is like cool at 20.
Well, that was all right actually 10 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah, back then, right? Yeah. But like you quickly realize, like you take HECS, because I was at uni and stuff, like you take HECS and tax and all that sort of stuff. You're like, well, I can't do this forever.
Yeah.
So, that was the start of the gym.
What was the biggest thing that surprised you about being a gym owner, especially at the beginning?
I mean, the funnest part about being a gym owner at the start was seeing your forecast and going, oh, look, if we have 500 members, we're going to both make like 150K a year within the first, and then being like, oh, cool, we've got 80 members, and that's not going up anytime faster. You got a niche gym, like
you're not appealing to the masses.
Yeah,
to be
we're not
fair.
appealing to the masses. So our forecast and what the reality was for a very long time was very far off the mark.
When did you think that you would have 500 members? Like at the start?
I think
time frame?
I think it was like 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we had it like 18 months.
What was the reality of that?
Oh, still not 10 years.
Is that the only 500? Is that like you just pull that number out, or
No, we had like I guess we didn't really know. We were coming from leisure centres that have 9,000, right? Like you're coming from
Council
gyms
run.
Council run gyms and stuff. Like I think like for an Anytime Fitness or something. But now that I've done business mentorship for like niche strength gyms, most strength gyms would sit between and probably the same, like boxing gyms. Like any small independent gym probably sits between the 80 to 150 mark.
Yeah.
Right? Like a smaller, because we were a much smaller gym back then, but I've worked with quite a lot of strength gyms now, and I would say most of them would sit anywhere between, like ones that are making do, but getting by, like that 40 to 60 members mark. A lot of them would be sitting between 80 to 150, like 150 being a relatively successful, like small niche gym.
There's a lot of overheads that go within a gym.
Yeah.
If you don't own the building, there is a lot of overheads.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you get the same overheads if you own the building, really, because you're just paying them for your tenant. But you don't have those increases every year and stuff, or the risk of
being kicked out,
investing into the building and then it going like the lease running out and then putting it up 30 grand on you a year, which is happening heaps at the moment, right? So there's definitely some interesting stuff. I mean, our last gym was smaller, and I reckon before we left that, we were probably sitting around that like 150, 180 members.
Where was that?
That was Ballyank Street, just around the corner.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, just around the corner.
Yeah.
So like 450-ish, like probably like actual members, probably 400-ish financials. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, the gym's fantastic now. So, but it's a much bigger gym. It's a much broader market now. Yeah, like the change of the shift goes from being a more niche gym to being a niche and trying to stay true to our niche, but also trying to get more people involved in the niche. And how do you do that? Well, you have to appeal to a broader market, capture more people, and then show them what they're missing out on, right? You know, people sign up and they want to do the stuff upstairs, the machine stuff, the cardio, the stuff they see in normal gyms. But while they're up there, they'll see people slinging weights and doing farmers carries, strongman, powerlifting, strength sports, and they go, you know, strength training is for everybody. Strongman can be for everybody. It's just a scaled version. We do farmers with 150. Kathy can do farmers carries with 18 kilo kettlebells and they'll benefit her, right? Powerlifters will do squats with 300 kilos, but if you get the same person doing squats with 60 kilos or 50 kilos, well, they're going to get out of their couch longer or their chair longer into older age, you know? So there's benefit to it. It's just trying to help our people understand that when you come through the doors, like Strong Geelong, like saying, like, I get it. If you're coming from the outside looking in and you don't
Very
know
intimidating.
yeah,
Very
right?
intimidating.
I got mates who go to the gym their whole life and they've never stepped foot in my gym, right?
I can proudly say I've been here a couple of times.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
Very intimidating.
But then we have like, you'll come in the morning at like 10 o'clock and it's like, I call it like oldies hour. Like there's a bunch of 6-year-olds doing like trap bar deadlifts and getting after it. And
That's hot.
keeping them young. Yeah, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So, but I get that like from the outside in, it can be intimidating, but usually it's the same thing. Once you come in, it's
Yeah.
cool, pretty chill.
You're part of the vibe.
Right? Yeah, it's not like there's 10% that are up here, and then the cohort is the people just here to get stronger, just do their thing.
The strongmen have kind of the same rep as like metalheads.
Yeah, sure.
Like very like intimidating from the outside, but they're usually the nice.
Yeah, very much
Yeah.
so. Yeah. Yeah, happy to help. They'll drop everything to help you.
The
Like
straight edge society as well.
Yeah. The biggest guys in here, they're probably the most intimidating looking. If they're training, yeah, they're probably quite intimidating, right? Especially they might yell, but if like a little lady needed her bar loaded for her on rack, like they'd come over and help. You know, if they had a question, they'd be the first ones to drop it and impart knowledge too. So, but hard to break that stigma, right? As anything.
Is there a time that you thought that the gym might not work?
Yeah, absolutely. 3
us
years
through
in, we're
that.
going to sell.
Yeah. So
Jamie,
what's the build up to that?
3 years of probably making $150 a week off the gym as a business. You know what I mean? Like not really making any money, like no income. I would say that I actually looked back through this because we did our 10 years recently, and I reckon the gym was probably making maybe $1,800 a week, like for maybe by that time, like that 2 or 3 year mark, which when you take rent out and all that sort of stuff, like we just weren't paying ourselves.
Yeah.
But we were able to take PTs, coach, build our coaching and all that sort of stuff. But running a gym, it didn't really make sense. You got the stress and the financial stress of running a gym when I could just PT at another gym.
Yeah, okay.
And I could coach out of another gym
Yeah.
and make the
The
same,
same
money
amount of
without,
money.
you know what I mean? Without
Yeah.
the stress, without the time, without being glued to a gym. I think the building point was Jamie building something else with his partner and wanting out. And like, I just kind of didn't really mind at that point. He was like, I want to sell the gym. I was like, cool, we'll sell the gym. I never actually thought like, I'll stay and I'll build it. I was kind of like, well, if you're out, cool, I'll sell it. We hadn't had a holiday in 3 years. If we had a holiday, we had to pay out of our own pockets to staff our hours.
Yeah,
because
okay.
we'll be here, I think it was like 5:30 to 9:30 every day. So we split the shifts. It was always staffed. It wasn't 24/7. And then weekends 7 till 7. So that's
Someone had to be here all the
two
time.
people doing all the
Yeah.
hours. For
And
the
if
whole
someone's
week.
here, they've got to be paid.
Yeah. Right. So if we went on holidays, the gym can't pay us because we're not paying. So we have to pay for someone to do our shifts. Right. So shit situation.
Welcome to being self-employed.
Yeah, pretty much. All sunshine and roses, right? So that was like 3 years, and I guess the thing that happened was I went on holidays and went, no, actually,
do I really want to work for the council again?
Yeah, like what does the alternative look like? And I had a client of mine who had made an offer already in terms of buying my business partner out so I can run it myself. He's like, I'll just be a silent partner. You go do your thing. It would be a shame to let it go. You've got something good here. It just needs to be reinvigorated. You just need to be able to do what you want to do. Because I think at that point, you've got a business partner. He doesn't necessarily want to be doing it anymore.
Yeah.
You
don't want to carry the whole burden of the gym. Not that it's
Totally.
a complete burden, but the stress and everything that comes along with it.
Hard to say, but as soon as I took ownership and he was out and I was
it's all on me.
Boom. 1,800 quickly became $3,500, and then it just started rolling.
Yeah.
We went 24/7. I spent my whole time in the gym painting it, sorting it out. I had a house deposit half saved for, bought more equipment for the gym, that kind of stuff, you know? And then I was like, because you know that the bottom line is the bottom line, and it's me. That's it, right? How hard do you want to work? How hard do you want it?
Do you feel like that you could leave the gym now and disappear completely from it, and it would still just roll without you being here?
It would float, not swim.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
They'd have nobody driving the ship.
We do
That's
have,
not an
we got
insult to
great
anybody.
Staff. We have great staff, but a gym needs a person. Like a gym needs a leader still, right?
Yeah.
Like a gym needs... the biggest thing that I think the gyms have trouble, and we have people, we have great coaches, we have good staff on the floor, they're fantastic, but really for it to propel forward, you need someone driving it forward, someone motivated, someone making the call, someone who's looking ahead at what's next, not just right now as well. And I think that's probably, because we've gone away for 3 months in the van and stuff, like I would take time off, and the gym is fine. We'll do meetings with the managers and stuff, but I definitely see and get feedback that when you're present in the gym, when you're on the floor training, coaching, that sort of stuff,
the enthusiasm's definitely
different.
lifted.
Like the vibe's different. Yeah, like the owner's here. I guess like that's the same as like any gym or any like bar. You know, like the owner's on the tap.
Yeah.
You know, it's different when the owner's on the tap versus the 3 18-year-olds on the tap. Right? It's a different vibe. Same thing. Yeah.
It's good to it's good, but also interesting to know that it's transferable. If
Yeah,
the
of
boss
course.
is in the building, everybody's paying attention.
Yeah,
aren't they?
100%.
No,
right? And that's
a lot
also the
less. A
staff.
lot less people are on their phones.
Yeah,
or,
I 100%. I think that there's an element for most businesses where now Strong Geelong is now Strong Geelong, not Tyson. When we sold the gym, when we were trying to sell the gym, we had 2 offers, all with me staying on as manager.
Okay.
Right? Like was hard to separate the two at that point. Yeah, so we well now I think the Strong Geelong is Strong Geelong. I think I can step away. I have some people go, "Oh, you're the owner?" I'm like, "Yeah, nice to meet you."
I'm here all the fucking time.
Yeah. But like sometimes new members, I'll if I see new members in here, I'll go shake their hand.
Yeah.
I'll go like, "Hey, have you been training here long?" Sometimes I'm like, they're like, "Yeah, 3 months." I'm like, all right, no worries, call that late. And they're like, oh no, I train at different times. I'm like, yeah, sweet, nice to meet you anyway. And sometimes like, yeah, I signed up last week. Yeah, loving it. Do you train here? I'm like, yeah, I own it. Yeah, I'm like, oh, great. Well, mind you, our members get new members get a bunch of emails with like my face on it, being like, hey, how you going? Like, I'm the owner. Come say hi. So they're not paying attention if that's the case. But yeah, so I definitely think like, while there's an element where I think we could get away and can get away from the business for periods, fine. I also think with any business, there's a difference when you're a present owner in the building, doing the thing, doing the job.
I also
being
think
a
that probably
hands-off
hurts the value of the business if the owner is the one that is a clear leader. So if you were to sell it, you need another leader to come in.
Yeah, it does from a business perspective.
Yeah, but for you maximizing your profits, for there to be a clear leader with the clear direction of, okay, this is where we're going in the future. This is what we want. Someone with a vision needs to lead.
Yeah.
But as
it's not
business,
it's a job, right? That's the hard thing.
Yeah.
To an extent.
You got to work on the business and not in the business.
Yeah.
And if there's people constantly working in the business, then there's not going to be that growth.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see if in 20 or 30 years' time that you want to get out of it, what that looks like.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I do, if it's part of the gym, I would say, like, I'm not doing reception hours.
Yeah.
I'm not working in the business, but I am working behind the scenes in the business. Does that make sense? So it's on the business, I guess, for the most part.
Your coaching and when you're
training.
going overseas would be considered on the business.
Yeah, but I don't coach on the floor here anymore.
Okay.
Like purely online, separate
Yep.
company.
Yep.
So they're two completely separate companies, two completely different entities. So it's a little bit different, but they're all encompassed. Like my profile as a coach,
Yep.
strongman coach, is obviously another part and an arm of Strong Geelong. I always say I flip the dynamic when I do business mentorship, and this is the same for like someone like yourself, and the same for someone like yourself running your own stuff. A supermarket doesn't just sell bread, right? Because you go broke.
Of course.
So I always flip the dynamic, and I go, it's not Strong Geelong, it's Tyson,
Yeah.
Strong Geelong, Strongman Way, this part, athlete, coach, PT, whatever it is. Like it might be Brandon, but it might be like this, and you'll have channels, you'll have revenue streams,
Yep.
right? But you'll have arms to it.
Yep.
And I always try to flip that dynamic with people because same thing. It's like they're different entities, but they're all encompassed. But it's the umbrella company of me, not Strong Geelong umbrella company.
You still got to have your 80-20 rule within that. Like
Yeah.
80% of your income is going
Yeah.
to become from 20% of
Yeah.
of your time.
Yeah.
Like, where do you think that you're maximizing your effort, and why don't you feel like you need to put all your eggs in that basket?
Gym's good because it's like a more passive base. Like the more members, the
Yep.
more people we can get through the door. Obviously, long term, it creates like a little bit of freedom. But I also like at this point, we don't need to take a lot from the gym personally because the coaching or the online coaching, it's fee for service. That's where all my time goes because it's probably more financially viable. Like I do this, I get this.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
If I take 50 clients, and they're paying a subscription
Back to your
fee,
reward for effort.
yeah,
sort of.
that's where I'm putting my time in because that's like me, I guess, working a job. That's a job, right? But we also now have 5 online coaches as well doing the same thing under the same brand,
Right.
So that eventually becomes me having to do a little bit less on there and them doing a little bit more
Yeah.
with clients as well.
How much
as a band broker.
how much control over that over those 5 other coaches do you really?
We do catch-ups every week, every
Yeah.
fortnight. So I do like client catch-ups and stuff like that. And like we set some tasks and just touch base on like a bit more mentorship, I guess. They're building their own businesses,
Yeah.
right? Just through our brand.
Do you feel that people, when they sign up for the coaching, that they expect to get you?
If they can advocate for coach.
Okay.
All the coaches are just working on, it's the same thing for any business now. Social media, it's you have to establish.
They're growing their own.
Yeah, they have to grow their own. They have to establish expertise. They have to establish their own brand identity under our brand. Like
Yep.
they have to be their own humans. It has to be authentic to them. But you also have to establish authority in the industry, right? And that takes time. It takes effort. And there's not a lot of shortcuts to that. One shortcut is linking to a brand that's already got established trust.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right? So they link to that. Their clients get to be part of our team, which is fantastic. And then they can leverage that and start to build their own identities and their own branding identities or personalities online as a coach within the subset of what we do.
Is that then a worry for you, sort of longer term, that once you've got somebody and
Build
they're
a link.
fantastic,
That's business.
it is.
That's what it goes. Like when we're dealing with the same thing with that at the gym at the moment. We had 2 coaches, our previous gym manager and another coach that just left to start a gym 3 k's away, right? Powerlifting gym. So we now have competition here, right?
Yep.
That's people that you put time in, energy in. We did personal training catch-ups and stuff to help them build their business. They build their business and then they take your business, right? So that's business.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. It's hard as an owner not to flip tables sometimes, you know.
That is definitely a table
Yeah,
flipping moment.
yeah,
I completely
it
sympathise
is.
with that.
It was kind of cool until it was like 3 k's away. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's super close.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that was probably the only thing. But look, that's also like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna sulk about it?
It's going to happen
We're
at
just
some
gonna do
point.
better.
You know what? It could be someone a kilometre away that you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, well, fuck, we're going to have to do something.
I mean, you got 2 options. You can sulk in a corner and flip tables, or you can go, okay, cool. Like we've got competition. Like let's do better. Let's
You've got to think of another way to evolve to make sure that you're ahead of the curve.
What's our line, right? Like what are we doing? What's our line here? Let's stick to what we're doing and do it well. I think that's
Yep.
what businesses need to make sure they're doing.
I think as long as you have your niche of what you're running into, so to what brings people in the first place,
Yeah.
and if you do that extremely well, then you will always have a base.
Of course. Yeah.
So on the flip side, back to what we sort of spoke about a little bit ago, the moment that it wasn't working, but contrary to that, when was the aha click moment that you're like, fuck, this is awesome. This is finally working for me.
Man, I don't even like. the not working thing. Yeah. And then like COVID was kind of like a little bit hairy. The aha moment. I actually don't know. This is, the thing, you do it because I don't know how to do anything else.
Okay.
Like...
Does that worry you?
No. I mean, I could do it. I could do anything. Like when I say like I don't know how to do anything else, I've had 10 years of business ownership. Like I can do anything. It's fine. Right? And I know that if I stopped running the gym, I would find work and figure out something very, very quickly. Right? And
well, you're a leader. Like that's what it is.
Like the skill set that you have is I'm expressing that through running a gym and coaching.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not what I'm good at. What I'm good at is a bunch of other things that are being projected and expressed
in that way,
this way. Right. Yeah. But the aha moment for me is like, my aha moments are, we run like a trivia and awards night where you have a great night with members and it's rewarding, right? My aha moment is coming in here at 5 o'clock and the gym's pumping, people hitting PRs, the music's up and it's a vibe. And I'm like, all worth it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's making $100.
Yeah.
At the old gym, there was aha moments because it's like, I don't care if I'm making no money. This is sick.
Yeah, you're having a good time with it.
And that's continued for 10 years,
yeah.
right? It wouldn't matter if I wasn't making any money from the gym again. If I'm coming down here and the vibe is sick and people are training and people are going, you know what, like this gym and the community and stuff is something that's, for people say it's saved my life, it's changed my life.
100%.
Like, it does that for people. And I always say, if it does it for one person, that's enough.
Yeah, 100%.
If you do that for one person...
As I was saying before, like before we were on air about the podcast, when you feel like you're making a difference to just one person, it's enough inspiration to go on. So I want to know what... We all good? Yeah. How do you go about building a really good culture at Strong Geelong, and what's the main foundation for that?
Goes straight back to...
Well, making it more than just a place to just come and lift weights.
Yeah, I think it goes straight back to what we were saying about you've got to be here, right? I could leave, but I'm on the floor, walking the walk, talking the talk, like it's people. I would like to take credit and people have given us credit for it. But I also think that it's the people that you attract into the gym.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Which comes from leadership. You can steer the steering wheel.
Because you guys had a couch down the back as well.
Couch and stuff down the back and stuff.
People would hang out.
Yep, 100%. We'd run we run trivia nights, like award nights. We used to have we do member events every month, or used to do member events every month where we'd go do something and invite all the members along. So we'd do a catch up outside of the gym.
Example?
And we go to hoops.
Cool.
Like once a month. It was like once a month we'd have like a barbecue here.
Can anyone dunk?
Probably. Like a 6'8" strongman down there who can probably dunk. But we go to a pub. We go like karaoke or something like that. Right? Like fun stuff.
Proper culture.
We used to do that heaps, right? Once a month it starts to get hard. Like people have lives. We start to see like drop off and stuff.
Yeah.
It's also hard to keep it fresh. But we do like I've seen Winterfest that we did. We used to run like events where it was you pay $100 for dinner. We made the big giant tables down there. We had the sword fighting and combat sports down there, and the strong we had a feast. We get caterers.
So that's what the swords are for behind us.
Yeah, so I mean, like there's Viking hats in the corner. We had dress up. So we have like Winterfest. So at winter we'd have like at the winter feast.
Hell yeah!
And we'd have a bunch of guys come in and do the catering. We'd get Blackman's Brewery to bring the van in. They'd sling beers, and we'd have like a big giant. Like I've sat on that table smoking cigarettes like at 3 a.m. in the morning with members. Like it used to be loose.
Hell yeah!
It's definitely less loose now. Like it definitely has changed.
Less loose because you've had kids. Is that why?
Probably. And we also like get feedback. It's like it's always fun until like you get feedback in the morning where it's like you're like, yeah, okay, we got to rein that in a little bit.
What sort of feedback are we talking?
Oh, like there's cigarette smoke swimming around the roof.
I'm on the treadmills up the top.
Yeah.
I went to do the Stairmaster. And I was just
chandeliers and stuff in there, but like
I was breathing in cigarette smoke.
We had like a James Knight poker night in here when the gym was closed one night and stuff. Like we had some fun times at the gym.
Yeah. We
had like at the old gym we had like a decathlon, which was like 10 events where the members versus me. And after every event, I had to like a glass of wine and stuff. So my 10th event, it was just like I was dead.
Hell yeah!
Like 10 glasses. It was fun.
It would have been real fun.
It was so much fun, man. So
I think
it stemmed from those times. I had a good crack. But it's stemmed from those times, you know. So I think.
What's the funniest or strangest story that's come out of the gym?
I don't know. That's put me on the spot. Strangest story. I mean, like an example of something funny at like an event, for example, like talking about the gym strange and like you wouldn't get this in another gym. After one of the events, we got some sort of, I can't remember what the agent was, but we created a fire circle outside in the car park and got a push pole.
Can you tell us what a fire circle is?
We literally got like kerosene or something around it.
Literally a circle of fire.
No, circle of fire.
Yeah.
And we lit the thing on fire and we had like a push pole. We had to push someone out of the circle of fire while everyone's crowding around. Like, when I say loose,
that's not happening anywhere else.
Yeah. It's not happening at Anytime Fitness, bro. That's for sure.
So you've coached national champs
Yes.
and you've gone overseas quite often.
Yep.
So you've done quite a bit.
Yep.
What's the best small win that you've seen that's been the real feel-good moment for you?
Small win. We had like a lot of big wins. Now that we have like a coaching company full of amazing athletes, we send athletes overseas non-stop.
Because you're overseas quite a bit.
Yeah, and I have been overseas. I competed around the world. I've been super fortunate that lifting rocks has afforded me to go to a lot of countries and
Crazy,
compete
isn't it?
and get paid, and like it's awesome, right?
Do you ever think growing up that you would be lifting stones and traveling the world doing it?
I mean, like that was always the dream. Like,
Yeah, okay.
never. Like you never really. You always think you want to be world champion. You want to like progress to that point, right? But if 21-year-old me or 20-year-old me went, this is the position that you're going to be in by 30. You'll have competed in 12 different countries. You'll have traveled the world and been paid to do so, or it's your job to go overseas and coach people. And you got the gym and you got, 60 athletes and you got 4 other coaches working. Like, be like, bruh. And you have to remind yourself that, because when you're in an airport sitting on your laptop stressing about getting your check-ins done and getting client programs out, you go like, this is part of the job too, like this is the dream. That is the dream, right? Little wins though, you know what? My little wins aren't those ones overseas. Like I've been fortunate enough to go overseas and have clients, like I've got 2 clients vying for a world record at the moment, right? My little wins, like you'll have my clients, they'll testify and give me shit for this all the time because it's a proud moment that they all hold if they made me cry. Like they make me tear up, right? Because, and it's usually not the good guys, because like the good guys, you have an expectation.
Yeah.
There's a high expectation with my good guys because I'm known as a dry coach, right? Like we'll call it as it is. I had a client win ASM this year, so Australia's Strongest Man. I've now coached 2 of the Australia's Strongest Man titles.
Congratulations.
Guys overseas all the time. We've got like myself, like I've won Australia's Strongest Man 5 times, right? The expectation is high. So when they win, it's like, it's great, but you kind of expect it. Like you are pumped for them. Like
I've done that 5 times.
Yeah, but like it's not even that.
The expectation is great.
Your expectation is that they win. We're training to win.
Yeah.
And you're pumped when they win, right? Don't get me wrong, but I've had a client at a comp, at like an intermediate comp in Victoria somewhere, and he's busting balls, whole training block and stuff, and he hits this stone PR and he just grinds it out, and he slowly gets there and he loads it to the platform, and he just celebrates and he's just jumping up and down his stoked.
Yeah,
like I'm tearing up. Because
it's that feel-good moment though. Like
you know how much you know the story.
You've seen
know
everything.
How much. Doesn't matter if they are world champion or winning a novice comp. I've had novice comps where I had a girl deadlift her first like 140 and teared up, right?
Boss.
Because you know the story. You have the narrative, right? And it's awesome. Yeah, that's fine. You're right.
So we are now back with a little bit of a battery change, just after Tyson almost cried at his little wins. And I wish that we had got some tears. It wouldn't be the first time we've had tears on this podcast.
It wasn't strategic at all.
Wouldn't be the first time we've had tears on the podcast, but we might have actually been able to release that one anyway, Betty, I reckon. So give us a time where you've just had real success in the business that it's made it worthwhile. Success
in the business. I guess there's like 2 businesses, right? There's coaching and then there's the gym.
Which one has been a more meaningful experience for you?
I think it's a tough one. Coaching's more meaningful because you're dealing with individuals. As a business, making the gym successful is probably the more meaningful thing. Like the gym's harder to make a successful business. Coaching's kind of easy because it's me I'm selling, right? And I'm selling it to people all over the world who already bought in for the most part, you know, like it's my coaching and it's selling what I know and I know it well, you know, so it's not hard to sell, and I've got a heap of experience and a heap of like accolades as a coach. It's pretty easy to sell, and it's been it's organically been easy to build, right? Because I keep showing up, I keep doing the thing, I keep building people stronger and stronger, right? Like that side of stuff it's always hard. Like people go, people come. It's hard because your personal business too. Like sometimes take that personally, but I feel like it's very much organically grown. Yeah. The gym has been the biggest win. Like we were saying, to go from, you know, we're 10 years, and to go from a gym that really any day of the week could have closed, you know, like any major hurdle like COVID, if we were in the old building, like if it was the old gym, we would not have survived, right? Where being able to pivot and to get this place to actually, one, make money, two, to go from a 300 square gym to a 1,000 square meter gym.
It's massive in there.
It's huge, right? It's a big gym, right?
Yeah.
To go from something like that to a 1,000 square meter gym. And look, man, when we first looked at this warehouse, like,
you were wet with excitement. Someone had to get a mop.
I was nervous, man.
Yeah,
I was
right.
petrified.
Yeah.
Well, I was
How do you feel it? Sort of vibes.
I was in a 3,005. I was in a gym that was making maybe, when I took it over, $1,800. We're probably making maybe $3,500 by the time we left there, in a 340 square meter shed, right? And then I'm looking at an 850 meter square shed, right? That's rent is about $2,000 a week, right? And we're like, well, that's a big step up. How do I make that money?
Yeah.
And how do I make the difference up, right?
Yeah.
How do I fill this place? And if we're going to fill this place and I've got to get equipment, how do I pay for that equipment and make the money to pay the equipment and the gym, right? Like, that's a big step up, right? Fitting it out, painting it, all that sort of stuff.
That was a really rewarding experience, being able to see that come together and achieving that goal.
Yeah, so that's the one. To be able to move here, to be able to make it work and figure it out. Like, I didn't sleep for 24 hours. I was like, all right, figured it out. And then to come in here, move in here, and see this come to life was probably the most rewarding. Like, to have the vision of owning a gym from like 18, right? Like that's the goal.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have your gym and it's super cool, but to then like step into this giant warehouse and go, this is going to be the gym, and to see that come to life and be like,
that's your dream that's come through. What you visualize so often every day.
This is it.
Yeah.
Like, this is, I probably wouldn't have envisioned, nor could I imagine much more than this.
Yeah.
There's things that I'd like to do. There's things where I think we could improve, but like, for the vast majority, like, this is probably one of the best strongman gyms in the country, if not like one of in the world, right? Yep. So, like, what more do you ask for? Right, to see that to come to fruition, that vision come to life, I would definitely say that's probably the most rewarding part.
What's the worst experience that you've had in the gym? Something that you've taken personally that you had a lot of trouble with? Something that I've taken personally that I've had trouble with. You know, I don't think I could recall, let's say, one instance. Like, one, obviously the new gym starting up and like having coaches leave is obviously a challenge. But I wouldn't say one instance, but usually when I'm a business owner, anytime you get bad feedback, like, you take it pretty personally. Yeah. Most of the time, what I mostly take personally and what I have the biggest time or hard time with is when I invest time in people. Yeah. And then, you know, I've asked people to leave, and it sucks because I've asked people to leave that I like, that I've tried to invest in time, that I've tried to steer. Without naming names? Yeah. Give us an example of a situation. Like spending time and like having young guys that you're letting off with debt. Like, the run of debt, you're like, cool, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I'll clear it. Keep training. Don't want you to stop training. They're having mental health issues. They're figuring out their lives, right? They're doing all that sort of stuff. And you're like, okay, cool, we ran up a debt. I'll do that. And then they're the people who fuck up in the gym. They make a mistake. They
cause issue, you get negative feedback from, they're causing issues with other members or something like that, and you got to ask them to leave, right? And you're like, that, or probably just even people disrespecting the space, like people that you're doing that for, or you're trying to put effort or work in for, and they disrespect the space. Like, people forget, like, that's my equipment, that's my money gone into that kind of stuff.
This isn't LeisureLink.
Yeah,
this isn't your taxpayers' dollars.
100%. Like that's stuff that I definitely take personally. I think anytime something out of your control has happened in the gym, where like you got a gym full of people, they're going to have friendship groups, they're going to go parties together, they're going to train and whatever else. But anytime you have like a significant thing sort of come back and you get this shitty feedback where it's like you have problems that aren't in your control amongst your group, and you're having people leave and then they're talking shit about it, talking about the gym, where it's like, it's nothing to do with the gym. The gym doesn't change. You guys change. Your outlooks change. Your friendship groups change. How you're vibing with it changes. But the gym's always the gym. It's 4 walls, it's plates.
Yeah.
Right? It's like people change, right? That's the biggest thing. So when you get feedback like that, I think that's also the other hardest thing. But
a lot of people don't realise how, and I suppose I've been at a couple of boxing gyms now, how much gym politics actually plays around.
Yeah, look, the biggest benefit of being a bigger gym is I definitely am external to it more so now. When we had a smaller gym, like you're mediator sometimes, you know, like you end up having to be mediator amongst friends or people that you both like, and it's always hard. People want you to take action on things, but people think they're right, and most often it's two sides to create
story,
calamity, right?
Yeah.
Like there's both sides to a story, and people want you to like you got to tell that person to get out of the gym. They can't come back here. And it's like, whoa, hold on a second. The problem's co-created here, right? Like there's no one side without the other side, and people assume that you don't do anything. Well, like you're managing it, and then
you can't just start turning away people because
like
someone's unhappy about something.
No, and it's always
that's
going to
create a worse culture than it would be.
Yeah, so it's always a hard token. It's always a hard line to pull, owning a gym and like that dynamic with gyms, especially in like a smaller gym. Now that it's bigger, I feel like there's stuff that goes on, like there's little groups and stuff, or niche groups and or whatever else, and I'm sure they have their own little stuff going. There's lots of gossip, but you kind of don't notice it.
What's the biggest thing that you've learned through all that, though?
I would like to say I've learned to have thicker skin and to like let it wash off, but I have a hard time. Like you've spent 10 years building it. If someone threatens a reputation, or someone creates negativity within your 4 walls, you're always going to have a hard time.
Because it's part of your brand. It's who you are.
It's your brand. It's your business. People forget it's
you
your
put your
livelihood.
life into,
It's how you put food on the
100%.
table. It's how you pay the bills.
Yeah.
People don't go like, people don't understand that when you do something that negatively impacts your business or threatens your business, it's not like, oh yeah, but you'll be like, that's fine, right? It's like, no, like that's my livelihood you're threatening here. You need to go. Because your $30 is not worth my livelihood. So I think as you get older, there's 2 things. One, you do learn to get thicker skin, but it always bothers you, right? But you have to be very conscious about how you react or not react, right? I think the second more important thing that I've learned dealing with that is I actually forgot what I was going to say, to be honest. I'm glad this is thing. I can't remember what I was going to say.
As to the authenticity of it, apparently.
I lost it. There was a really important thing there that I was going to say, but I lost it. So, no, I can't remember. Yes. Yeah, we have had like...
That's nasty.
Not like fights, but we've had like aggressive encounters where I've had to like suspend members and talk it and mediate it and stuff like that as well. So
busy gym at the time?
Nah.
Yeah.
Quiet gym at the time. Very few people here.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a tough one. Like tempers run hot, I guess. Like it's a gym where like people, it matters to people, I guess. You know, like that's the other thing. And yeah, over usually dumb shit. You know, usually over dumb shit.
What's the best piece of advice that Tyson has ever received?
Best piece of advice.
Fitness or life, doesn't matter.
Received. We always move forward. It's a really simple one, and I've received lots and lots of amazing advice over my life. But if I'm going to off the cuff hit you back with a quick answer, I really like we always move forward, we never step back.
Is that a quote, or is that something that
No,
you've been
it's-
told from somebody?
Yeah, someone who I've always been told by my silent business partner, and he does it in his business, where it's like, you know, COVID hits, which is obviously a big one for like all business, but like, you know, we all take hits in business. We all like have downtimes, and you never retreat. Like a scarcity mindset is never the way to progress your business. You move with abundance. You move towards abundance. It's the moment that you start pulling back or reacting in scarcity or like pulling back, that's when you start losing. Right?
Yep.
We are moving forward. We are growing. We're always stepping forward. We're never taking a step back.
Yep.
From a business side of things, for sure. I think it's a good life one too.
Yeah, it is.
Fair. Yeah.
Don't dwell on things. If things aren't going your way, just find a way.
Yeah.
Because there is always a way. There is always a way.
Always.
You never absolutely fucked.
Nah, not often. Sometimes.
And if it is, you just got to pivot.
Yeah.
You start drinking your own piss. See
Yeah.
what can happen. So the Strongman way and the Tyson Morrissy Instagram feed, it looks tough. Like,
Thanks. Yeah.
It goes hard. What's something that outside the gym that you do for your own sanity that people wouldn't know about?
Gosh. I would have, you know what, if you asked me that 3 years ago, I would have a lot of answers, right? I think becoming like a father and like a husband, your time is... It's still stuff that you do for yourself, but the stuff that you do for yourself changes a lot, right? The stuff that I do for myself is playing with my 2-year-old, you know, like sitting outside on the deck and watching him play, you know, in the sun. That's my like downtime and my enjoyment time for myself. It's playing trucks and monster trucks on a Hot Wheels thing, you know, after work kind of stuff, which was what I was doing before this, you know. Hanging out with my family, right? Like that's the thing. Like outside is definitely like hiking. Love hiking, love outdoor stuff.
What's your favourite hike that you've done?
Mount Feathertop is like my always go to if I need to get away and get a weekend out. Like
the Alpines?
Yeah, for sure. I used to do a lot of backcountry, like snow shoeing and stuff, and like snow camping. Was a big fan.
I've never understood how anybody could find that enjoyable.
It's not. It's hard. That's why it's enjoyable.
Okay. That's the dopamine.
It's challenging.
Is,
It's challenging, and it's beautiful, man. Just
Oh, it
like
is stunning.
skiing, right? Like just like snowboarding, it's beautiful. But
I've spoken about this so often with some friends. Like your dopamine hits when you go skiing or snowboarding are so regular because you're just going up a chairlift, you're going down all the time.
sure.
Like you're not working that hard for it. Like backcountry skiing, if you're going up somewhere, and I've talked to a lot of backcountry skiers, they're like, I will get 2 or 3 runs in a day. I will hike up somewhere and I will go down and then I'll hike up again.
you know, but like when you're snowshoeing out there in the backcountry, there's no one around.
You're earning it.
There's no one around. There's little going on. But when you get to the top of the peak or whatever else, and you're looking around, it's just beautiful, man. Like it's not a resort.
Yeah, I have had a
know?
couple of times doing that, and I know that I'm probably leaning towards personal experiences from you know what you've sort of said at the snow. Japan was one of them where you can't hear anybody else with snowfall, and you're in the middle of the trees, like a little bit away from everybody else. And I actually had one recently at Mount Hotham. There's a run called Mary Slide, and you pretty much go right away from everywhere else, and you do a bit of traversing. So like you're on a very, very skinny track right next to a river, and like you stop and you look around and you're like, there is nobody around at the moment. And yes, they might be over that hill right there, but all you can hear the sound of running water. It's a blue sky. It was stunning. Yeah. And that was one of the few times where I've been skiing and I've been like, this is where I actually feel like I'm in nature, not just going up a ski lift.
And that's a brief snapshot of like what it is.
Yeah.
But you're a business owner. I'm a business owner. The stimulus that you intake on a week-to-week basis, right? Like the amount of stuff, the sheer amount of communication and stuff that you're juggling all the time. Imagine that, but imagine being out there for 3 days and you don't see another human and it's pretty slow and pretty quiet to download. Just to literally walk
It's
look
the
around,
detaching from everything.
and just your thoughts download,
Yeah.
and you just got 3 days to sift
Yeah.
through what's going on in
Yeah.
your head,
Yeah.
right? Like filter through, just walk around. That's a big part of it. I spent 20 days in the Himalayas
That's
hiking, which is
crazy.
cool. Yeah, so I did the
How'd that come
Annapurna.
about?
I competed in India, and I'd always wanted to do the Annapurna circuit. I love like adventure books, like actual stories. There's a book called Annapurna about a mountaineer who lost a leg and all this sort of stuff, and it's very interesting. But the Annapurna circuit is a 21-day hike around the base of Annapurna that goes over the Thornwell Pass, and I actually didn't make it over the pass because the weather was too poor. So,
Right.
But we did like 10 days out up to the top right before the pass. We waited, acclimated, and then couldn't go over, so then had to like come back.
How disappointed were you from that?
Disappointed, but the experience was amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was beautiful out there.
You still
so-
enjoyed the process in it?
Yeah, I love it. And like, I've been to like,
You can't control the weather either.
no, and like, you know what, would love to have gone over, but like, it's a good excuse to go back over and do it again. But back in, like, I like music. I used to play trumpet and stuff. I play guitar. So if I tune out, it's going to be like music or playing music. I used to meditate a lot. Used to really like Zen Buddhism and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah, I've always find that like this is like strongman and powerlifting and business. It's very yang, right? Like it's all go.
Yeah.
It's type A. You kind of need an unwind, right?
Yeah,
that was
100%.
either like going out on the weekend for me. A long time it was still yang, but it was going out on the weekends
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. But you kind of need a yin, right? Like you need the balance. And I always found that like I needed to try and find something that I would enjoy but force me to slow down, like slacklining, kind of like active meditation a lot of the
Yeah.
times, or specific meditation.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you are a lot busier than I am. You've got a lot more.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, sometimes. Yeah, you've got a lot more hectic of a schedule than I
sure.
do. I definitely feel like the amount of times, and I think a lot of people could relate to this as well, that when you're working and you're just focusing and talking to so many people, as you sort of said, and there's a lot going on, I find solace in events or situations where I put myself in where all I can do is thinking about that one activity that I'm doing.
Yeah. Single track mind. Flow state, single track mind.
And then I can be blank and I don't think about anything. And again, just another example, if I go to the snow, like you barely look at your phone. If you're messaging someone back, like it's because like you want to be able to talk to them. Boxing, I love because if you get in that ring, you're getting punched in the head pretty fucking hard.
You're focused.
If you're not focused.
Yeah, you're dialed in. You know exactly what's going
and
on.
there's so many things like that. And lifting weights in one way,
Very much so.
But when you're in the
approaching a heavy-
breaks,
when
yeah.
you're like, but when you're approaching like a heavy weight,
you've got to be focused.
it's like riding. It's like we talk about like all the troubles of the world, like wash out the back of your helmet, right? When you're approaching a heavy bar, you're not thinking about anything
Yeah.
else. You're just doing.
Yeah.
You're trusting your body's ability, and you're going in with a bit of aggression or like I'm hype, and you're doing the thing.
I think a busy
autonomously.
mind needs that.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely needs that.
Definitely. It's reprieve.
Have you ever had a moment where you weren't feeling strong all the time through perhaps life when you've been lifting weights?
Physically or
Physically,
mentally?
you're feeling
Both.
strong, but
Yeah.
mentally you're not feeling strong.
Yes, 100%. I usually say Energizer Bunny, right? Like, and like my partner will testify to this. I will go till I'm flat, right? And like, look, there's always someone working harder, and there's lots of people who don't work as hard. But I definitely can punch some work. Like I love what I do. You know, like I would generally, like if I've got stuff to do, like I'm happy just to work through, and I will go and get it done and tick the boxes until like often like I'll just run out. You know, like I'll be going and then I'll have 2 days where like I'll finish and I'll just be like head on the shower tiles. I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, sell the gym. I'm gonna quit coaching. I'm gonna get a job. I'm done. I'm out. You know, so melodramatic. I'll be like dramatic for 2 days. I'm like, I'm out. My energy's drained. But you know, then like a couple of days later, you're like,
Do you have
"Alright."
to do one of those activities that we've just spoken about?
Yeah,
to,
sometimes like get away. It's like where you like need to just take a little bit of a break and stuff, I think, as well. But you know, I've had periods in strongman where I've trained, I've competed, and I've hated it. I've dragged my feet through it. But there's not too many times where I feel like I've
Just to stop you right there,
Yeah.
do you feel like the results of what you were doing suffered because
Yeah,
of your
course.
attitude?
Yeah, of course. Attitude's everything.
Yep.
When you're enjoying it, you always do better. When you're enjoying doing it, it's always better. It was the job. I had comps, and that was what I was doing. That was what I was building. But as far as like mentally, like I've always been relatively mentally resilient. I've had like mental health troubles, but it's never affected like my work and drive, because it's usually easier to work, train, go at it for 40 hours a week than spend 4 hours a week self-reflecting and being quiet, right?
Yeah.
So but most of the time, pretty resilient. But generally, like I would say that the biggest thing that happens is like I run out. You know, like I'll get flat and I'll be flat for a couple days, and then it's like, all right, ramp back up. Here we go.
With the mental health trouble side of things, now we don't have to go down it if you don't want
go
to.
for it, yeah.
Do you find that comes around at times because you're a little bit quieter? Do you think that you get time to be, I don't want to say sad, but anxious, or have some of those mental health?
For men, especially like idle minds, I usually say constructive or destructive, right? Like you're either building or you're destructing.
Yeah.
So like self-sabotaging or like sabotaging behaviors or destructive behaviors will usually creep in when like you're not being productive on the front end, right?
Yeah.
And I just think idle minds, like when you have too much time to ruminate, it's not too bad now. I had a friend of mine once tell me that like to overcome your mental health problems, most of the time you'll have to find something bigger than yourself to focus on, or bigger than the issues that you're dealing with. My son was that.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty much had mental health problems on and off through most of my 20s until he came along. And then it was, you just got something bigger, you got something more important. I have time to deal with the bullshit in my head. It's like childish. I've got someone there depending on me to bring it, depending on me to bring my best self, but also an opportunity to break a really negative cycle, right? So like, depending on like where you've come from, depending on what generational trauma you're bringing into the equation, whatever it is, I went, well, because I was petrified when I had a son. When I found out I had a son, my mental health was really bad when I found out that I had a son, because it took a big dip. I was really, really nervous about having a boy because I didn't want to pass on, project, or I guess instill what I was dealing with into him as it had been done to me, right? And then he came along, and it was a non-issue. Because it's like, you've got an opportunity. You either do the same thing, perpetuate the same problems, or you be the solution, right? And I just chose to be the solution. And I think just a sense of purpose and a sense of servitude as a husband. The best thing for me, going from like my early 20s and enjoying myself and doing business, all that sort of stuff, to my 30s, was the opportunity to create servitude in being a husband and a father. That completely shifted not just like the purpose and the whys of why I'm doing stuff, but also I think the larger part of that is the servitude of like the responsibility to do better, be better, and be a better man as a provider and a husband and a lover, but also as a father to another man. Like as a man, as a father, you have a responsibility to create more good men, right? That's the responsibility.
And that didn't really come to you until you seen...
No, until he came out and like I was a dad, and I was like, oh, okay.
I definitely feel that there's so many men out there that don't articulate that problem that they have in their head. Like I am personally, I'm a big self-sabotager, and I know it's a big problem of mine. But like idle
relationships and stuff, for sure.
Yeah, but like idle minds is like, once you don't have something substantial to do all the time, self-worth comes into question, and then I base a lot of stuff around how well the business is going to my self-worth, which is a struggle. But like having children is, I think, a huge fear for a lot of males, and I'm only speaking from my point of view. I'm terrified of having kids because I don't know what type of parent I'll be. I don't know what type of like husband or partner that I'll be on the back of that. What difference that the child makes to the world, and then like what impact I'm going to have on this child's life. You want to be the best person that you can for somebody, especially a child, but sometimes you don't even know the person that you are to be able to do that.
And I think you never will until you put it's a stress test. It's the same thing. You never know what kind of human you are until you put under a stress test, right? We like to think that like put under the microscope, you know, if you had to go out there and survive for 3 days, you would be fine, but like you might break. Like you don't know until you stress test it, right? The best thing that you can do is like make sure that you are working on the components, understanding the components of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. So make sure that you're filling your own cup. And then, you've got a full cup. So when that opportunity comes along, you can hopefully pour from a full cup. But I don't think that I was necessarily pouring from a full cup. I was very fortunate where I spent my whole 20s doing some stuff. Like I knew that I had bad mental health. So I had invested a lot of time, energy into trying to figure out the fixes, but not necessarily getting the fixes. And then, so I had understanding, I had good self-awareness, and I had spent my 20s building a business and stuff, so I was in a good position. So I was in a good position to have kids. But it wasn't until he came along that those elements started to come to fruition, right? So I just don't think you know until it's time to go.
What's the best thing that you did for your mental health during your 20s when you didn't have a child?
Start hiking. Yeah. Start hiking. When I was young in my 20s, I definitely tried, like, one thing that I definitely, it's not like a recommendation, you can cut this out, but like psychedelics in terms of like mushies and stuff like that was definitely a big thing for me in terms of like using like LSD or mushrooms to
just gain a different perspective.
Yeah, self-awareness. That was like my big grounding thing. That was like a weekend hiking, walking, nature, that kind of thing was a big changer in terms of like my awareness and my like self-awareness and self-consciousness, and also connectivity to other things.
Yeah,
I think that was a big one. Understanding and being more empathetic as well.
I really struggle with empathy.
Yeah,
like, it's something that I've been really.
I think a lot
really
of men do.
Yeah.
I think a lot of men do. I'm the same because
it's a horrible trait of mine for the last couple of years, and I've worked so hard to try and understand the impact of what my actions do on other people, like directly and indirectly.
I think it's very male. It's a type A male personality thing, right? Like it's not uncommon, and it's hard. Like I do the same thing. Like I can listen, I hear you, but I you can't force yourself to feel that, right?
Yeah.
You can only try to. Yeah.
And sometimes it's not until you see the impact on what someone's feeding back to
and
you
then
that you're like,
bad. Then it hits, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did you have one specific experience with psychedelics where it really changed your mindset?
Probably like multiple. I wouldn't say one specific, like there was like a breakthrough, but like multiple times it was, especially like in my early 20s, it was like a relatively common theme with like friends and stuff like that. And I definitely think like finding connectivity in that group setting and stuff as well. Also, but by myself and being outside in nature was just, honestly, just let me breathe sometimes.
Yes.
That was the bigger thing. It just let me fucking breathe when I couldn't.
Yep.
And it gave me like psychologically probably a little bit of a break. Sometimes it was bad. Sometimes it was confronting, which was also probably a good thing too. So
I think I've done them at the right times and the wrong times.
Yeah, I have too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't know how much it's probably helped me, especially not the LSD at a music festival. I don't think it probably helps all that much.
I haven't done it in that setting much, you know.
Yeah,
like I've never like I've always done it in a really conscious setting.
Yeah.
Really
I probably couldn't do psychedelics on, I'll just say mushrooms, in any other setting other than just like hanging out with friends.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I sort of get real bad trust issues around. Maybe
it can be paranoia, and like discomfort. It can be uncomfortable, you know. So I mean, I've always been outside. I'm always like outside, plenty of like stimulus and like plenty of stuff to like
your
enjoy.
Realization moments are the best part.
Yeah, I think those threads that you pull and you can think and process stuff so much more intently.
You never know what you're going to get out of it either. Like that realization moment through anything that you could be thinking about in life.
Yeah, and those aha moments, right?
Yeah.
You get a lot of aha moments. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fuck, this is what I need to do.
But then you got to action it.
Yeah.
Then it's easy to have aha moments.
There's a great TV show. You might be too young, Benny, but Entourage.
Entourage. Yeah.
Entourage, where they go to the desert and Vinny Chase is thinking about doing Aquaman, and they all go into the desert and they do mushrooms, and then Ari gets lost. But then they have that aha moment.
Lots of aha moments.
I'm pretty sure it's Aquaman, or maybe it's something else. Or maybe it's Benji that he thinks about doing. I don't think it works out. But they got their aha moment from that, and I think that's very symbolic. Of like, obviously, that's, you know, it's
a great tool for the right time.
It shouldn't be taboo for what it is. I think that abuse of something like that can be quite. You know, it shouldn't be something that's done all the time. Like, oh, fuck, I need to think about something.
I haven't done it for a long time either.
It's a very good tool for the right setting.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes. But thank you for opening up about that.
My pleasure.
So you came to me recently and you said, I've owned a gym.
Yeah. I
never thought that I would own a house.
Correct.
When was the aha moment that you realised that it was a reality for you? Talk us through that mindset of why you never thought you'd own a house.
I don't think there was an aha moment with that one. I think it was just a necessity moment. Okay. Right? maybe scarcity. You know, like from a gym ownership standpoint, this is a very common theme that I hear from gym owners too. It's like, we do it because it's our passion and because we love it, not because we want to make money. That's this like feedback loop that we all get stuck in, right? Because it's okay not to make money for years.
I just love what I do.
Yeah, I do love what I do, but it's good to be paid for it, you know? But honestly, I just never really thought, like, for me, like it seemed like a mountain to climb to be able to put together a deposit for a house and to be in a financial position as a business owner to own a house. I also, in terms of like hard moments in business, I had a giant tax debt for a while too, which was like one of those things where I was like, I'm never going to pay this off. Yeah. I'm never going to get a house. Yeah. I'm never going to be able to do that, right? So
tax debts are pretty damning in that way. Like it feels like everything that's coming in the door is going straight out.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So that was maybe part of it for some time, but it seemed like a mountain. It seemed like to be able to put together a deposit, like a 10% of a house, right? And to be able to purchase a house and get finance as a business owner too, always just kind of seemed like it was going to be tough. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'd gone through I guess some of the processes, not really the processes before, but kind of looked at like, okay, cool, this is what we're making on paper, but the gym's not like, it doesn't show it's profitable and stuff. So it always seemed like it was going to be super challenging. So I just, you know what, I never really considered it. I always thought I was kind of happy renting, making money. I rent. You need a house, you need a roof over your head anyway, right? So it's like, renting's not that bad, making good money, that's fine. I can get a nice house, I can rent it, I can rent a nicer house than I can probably buy anyway, you know? So it probably just wasn't a priority until it was kind of like we had Colt, like our son, and then we found out we were pregnant because we bought a van and we're planning on just living the van life for a while. And then we found out we were having a little girl. We're like, well, before we have another kid, we really want, like, our plan was to get a house before we had another kid, right? So I was like, okay, cool. Well, it's time to figure it out and we need to get a house. So that's when you stepped in.
You've spoken about a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part of buying a house?
I think it was all pretty easy, to be honest. Do you think there was any challenges? Maybe on your end. I don't know. I don't have to do much. Set up a lot of documents.
Yeah, you're probably just trying to blow me up here a little bit.
No, I don't think so. I think it was pretty easy, to be honest.
Finding a house was, I think you guys had a little bit of trouble with.
The biggest challenge with buying a house was seeing your whole life in a house and then it not becoming your house. You know, like you go to the house, we found a house that we loved, that was well within our budget. You know, we had kind of like had sort of like some conversations with the agent. We were pretty confident. We'd actually
Herne Hill House, wasn't it?
Huh?
The Herne Hill House.
Yeah. Hamlin Heights.
Hamlin Heights. Yeah,
Hamlin Heights. We loved it. I loved it, and it was it was. We had signed contracts the day before the last inspection. She was like, look, like we put in the offer. It was unconditional. She's like, it was above the asking price. She's like, unless someone comes along. Like, so let's...
Bastards.
Yeah, so let's just sign the contract. So as soon as that inspection's done and we close the thing, you're all sorted, we'll get this done for you. Yeah, someone came in and blew it out of the water. We were over asking and they offered much more than asking for the house. Just like a older couple coming from acreage and stuff like that, moving in.
One of those rare moments where you think that the real estate agent is just bullshitting you, and they're like, "There's this massive offer. Let's just see if they like match it."
Yeah,
and you're like, "No, it actually sold for that."
Yeah, like, and we were kind of like, we're not like. Oh, I was even like, I don't think it's a good investment at that point. You know. Yeah. But look, honestly, it worked.
Somebody
out for
loved
the
it.
best. Yeah, somebody loved it. I actually think it worked out for the best. Like, we love our house, and we've just done. You know, like a heap of renovation stuff to our house.
Yeah, I've seen that you've done a lot of great work on it.
Heaps coming still too, yeah.
What's your favourite part that you've done so far?
The garage is probably my favourite, just because like it's our office and stuff in there.
I was actually super surprised at how good that is.
So well, yeah. It's amazing. The office is rad. So like having a garage space like that, we've got like a 6-car garage, right? So it's like a 6-car garage. So we've turned like a big corner into the office because I work from home a bit. So that's sick. The garage is great, but the deck's amazing too. Like the guy's done an awesome job, full stop.
So you're not the handyman.
No, not for that. No. Not bits and pieces. But not that much.
What's the bits and pieces that you love to do around the house?
We did like the VJ paneling and stuff on the wall, like the painting and like little bits and pieces, like little odd jobs and stuff done around the house. But I mostly just like the labour to help out. Mostly, like I'm not the I'm handy-ish, but not that handy.
You're pretty strong to be able to.
Yeah, I'm a good labourer. Yeah, I'm a great labourer.
When you first got the keys, what was your first thought? What was that first feeling and reaction?
Yeah, I put up a post about it, which you shared, because I didn't think I'd care. Like, well, I'm in the building that we're in, right? So I guess it's a funny one because I'm saying that I never thought I'd own a house, but I have like an industrial commercial property which leverages the business and stuff, so it's a little bit different, you know? I didn't think I'd care when we moved in. I was like, we own a house, man. Like, this is our house. This is our patch of dirt. I can kick a wall in. Like, I can, you know, like, it actually hit me where I was actually like a little bit emotional. Where I was proud, you know? Like, it's not... I win a comp and I'm not proud, man, because it's the expectation, right? You're like, I trained to win. But, like, when you don't think that you're going to own a house and, like, you kind of, like, move into your little home and, like, this is where your family's going to grow up and this is our little space.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, it's sick. Like, I had, like, a nice little, like, proud moment. Like, both of us did. So, we loved it.
I actually loved reading that post.
Yeah.
Because there's not, like, I get people... I'm going to start again. A lot of my clientele are first-home buyers.
Yep.
And I love making that phone call to somebody after they bought their first house, and they're overwhelmed with joy.
Yeah.
And because like they're so proud of themselves about what they've done. I'm sitting in front of two people that I've had that conversation with, and like you're just so happy in that moment. I remember when I got the keys to my own place, I was like, hell yeah, this fucking rules. Yeah. So I really resonate with that feeling, and that's why I love calling first-home buyers after they know that their house is settled. I try not to call them when they're like moving their shit in. They're like, it's sweet, you fucking, I've got to get back to it. But I've had some great phone calls over the time. I know one in particular that sort of sits out. The daughter of the family came to me, and I helped her and her partner buy their first house. And the daughter said, you know, can you speak to my mum? She's never had a house before. And I'd love to get into her own place. Like, I'd love to help her, you know, get a budget or whatever it is. And I spoke to the mum, and fantastic lady. And these people are so nice. And it makes the job so rewarding that when we finally got our own place, and it was like a 12-month journey, well, from start to finish, to be able to get her there. I just remember her bawling her eyes out on the phone to me, and I'm like, I started crying.
Yeah,
and I was
someone
like
that who
so happy for you.
Like someone a bit older who never thought they'd be able to own a house and who's going to rent for the rest of their life.
Bloody awesome.
It's quite meaningful, you know?
You don't always get those awesome feelings.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes it's a bit like, I mean, like, if someone's buying their fifth investment property or something
and
like
sometimes
that.
People are too cool too. You know, it's like, it's okay that it's to be proud and that it's sick. It's rad. You know, it's like, hey, I bought a house. Like, well, it's pretty cool.
There's a reason that people are so happy for you when you buy a house, because like,
it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, especially first.
Yeah,
for sure.
What's the one thing in the house that's, you know, completely your vibe? Like something that you've really made your own.
We bought 2 James Price paintings.
Oh, cool.
Which is sick. I don't know whether you know James Price, but it's I mean, like the lounge room's definitely like our vibe. Like there was an old fireplace in there, and we've put like a shelf in there, so I've got my record player on top, and like, so there's a fireplace, but we put the record player in there, and then the records and stuff down the bottom. And
he's got a fucking unreal record player.
Yeah, sick. So like we got that and stuff, some plants in the lounge room and stuff. I really love it. Like, I love our bedroom that we did ourselves and stuff too, but I love that. But like these 2 James Price pictures that are in that lounge room, so in the same sort of vibe, they're like really bright poppy paintings. James Price does really cool stuff, but I've loved James Price since for so long, man. But it's always a splash. Yeah. You know, I mean, like $3,000 painting is like, I'm not spending $3,000 on a painting.
They'll go with you everywhere now.
Sure, right? But we bought 2
until at least until the missus hates them.
Well, no, she loves them too. She loves them. But I saw his art first at like Broome Gallery in Geelong, and I was like, I just loved it. Followed him. I looked at paintings and stuff, and I thought about buying one, but it just seemed like an outlandish like expense for like art, right?
Yeah.
When it was our own house, and I was like, we're going to get some proper art for our actual house, because we were in a beautiful home beforehand, a really beautiful home. We didn't really have any art and stuff in there, because...
Feels a little bit solid.
Yeah,
it feels like a
you're
house.
Renting, yeah, well,
and then now you're in
it's
your
a home, right?
Yeah.
So we got painting.
People take that for granted.
Our
but that's...
vibe. Oh, man. Do you know how many holes I've put in that wall? Like, how much stuff I've do you want to use a 3M hook? Nope. Bang, bang,
Like
bang,
straight
bang.
in.
Yeah, 100%. So the James Price paintings are definitely like the one thing in the house where it's like, they're the paintings that I've always wanted, the artists in our house that I've always wanted. And it's cool.
Yeah.
It's great to have.
We're not far off finishing. I've got one more blind rating for you,
Yeah,
like a
fire
gym
away.
owner's edition.
Yeah.
So 1 to 5, best and worst. A member is deadlifting barefoot and leaves chalk prints everywhere. How annoying is that?
Oh, 5 happens all the time. Probably me.
Someone hitting their first ever bodyweight squat PB and the whole gym erupts.
How annoying?
How good is it?
Oh, how good. 1.
That's the best thing that can happen in a gym.
Yeah. 5.
A random person walking in and asking, so what's the point of lifting these big stones?
How annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4. I mean,
These
there
are
is
gym
honestly,
experiences
I'd be
of
like,
good to bad.
no point really. You probably bang on the money there. It's dumb.
Everybody, the gym's full.
Yeah.
It's a heavy set, and the music cuts out mid-session.
Oh, the worst one. The worst. Yeah. If that's what it's rolling with.
I'm sure this one will be the best, and you'll want to change your answer. An athlete that you've coached for some time smashing a record on comp day.
Yeah,
That's fulfilling.
but behind, that one is actually behind the PR with everyone cheering them on.
Yeah.
Athlete, hitting PR and stuff's awesome. Love it. But, it doesn't matter if it's 60 kilos or 160 kilos or 360 kilos.
It's their PB.
Someone hitting a lift in the gym and everyone cheering them on and stuff like that. That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love it when the gym stops. And it doesn't matter what the weight is. The gym stops, turns around, claps, cheers, gets behind someone, and they hit the lift. That's comp PRs are sick, client PRs are rad, but the vibe and that thing.
That's the culture.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the whole thing that you're trying to create is lift heavy weights, get stronger, chase strength, get behind people doing
And that's
the same
something
thing.
that you're never going to get at...
No.
You wouldn't get it at Derrimits. You
No.
wouldn't get it at
No.
Anytime Fitness. You're not going to get it at a council
And if
gym.
you come to our gym and you're hitting a lift and it's obvious that you're hitting it like a PR, gym will stop. People will watch you. People will clap for you afterwards, right? And that in a nutshell is the difference. That's what it's all about. It's we're all trying to do the same thing. Well, I mean, and that's the same thing if you're in any gym. You're all trying to do the same thing. You're just trying to get better, a little bit better every day. But when you're in a gym like this or in any gym and the gym stops and you're all appreciating the fact that someone's having a dip and doing the same thing that you're doing and having a crack, and you're cheering them on and helping them out, that's the best. That's what it's about.
Tops. So we'll finish with something, Tice. I'm going to put you under the spotlight one more time. What's one line that sums up Strong Geelong, but also you as a bloke?
One line or one word? One line that sums up Strong Geelong and me as eclectic.
Yeah. Very good.
I think the gym is the gym. One cool thing about Strong Geelong is there's a lot of strength sports, but strength sports attract the fringe people. It's such a wild group of you get people who were great at sport and doing stuff, and they might be super popular, but you get people who are odd and awesome because they're odd, you know, and I resonate with that, because I'm a strong man and a father and do all these things, but I've got slackline, taking psychedelics or hiking.
You are a very complex,
eclectic, very eclectic person, So I think that's cool, and I think that it's cool that we remember that all people are complex and they're eclectic and they've got a bunch going on, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So, and then I think that's a gym. The gym is eclectic. It's an eclectic bunch of people getting about it and lifting weights. So yeah, that's it.
Well, Tyson, thank you so much for having me and Benny in the gym today.
Absolute pleasure.
As you said, you normally do the AM sessions. Now you've done a PM session up here.
Yeah, I'm going to have a hot chocolate. I was like, I normally have a coffee.
But thank you, brother. I appreciate everything, and I
pleasure.
appreciate your time because we know how busy you are. But thank
No.
you so much,
thank
man.
You, man. Thank you for all your help.
Oh, that was a stretch.
I'm too short. My arm's not that long.
Thanks, guys, so much for staying around, listening. We hope you enjoyed this one as much as we have. Please hit the like and subscribe on the bottom. It means the world to us, and we'll see you next time.